Oh, howdy all, grab yourselves a beer, it is time for some Path of Exile. Today I'm going to be continuing the Toucan meme race, and this is a race set solo self-found Legion in a private league with a bunch of hard mods. You're welcome to join it, there'll be some information in the video description if you want to do so. The mods that are in place are minus 40% player resistances, monsters have 40% more life, monsters have 20% increased action speed, items drop items can't drop as magic or rare, so it's unique or it's white, so that means basically everything drops scoured, and in addition to that, monsters have multiple projectiles. I died once to Mervale, more so to my own stupidity than to anything else, but there's a couple of silly little prizes which I'm putting up for the first person to hit, for the person that hits 125 Atlas bonus Deathless with the lowest slash play time. There's another prize for the player that hits 125 Atlas bonus with the lowest slash played time. You don't need to be deathless for this one, but each death does count as a 15-minute penalty. So for me, I've had one death already, so I'm 15 minutes behind what my in-game time says. The third prize that's available is for one player at random picked among everyone that reaches 80 Atlas bonus, and the fourth is one player picked at random amongst everyone that reaches level 50 or higher. They're just silly Toucan t-shirts, just cheap ones that I've got organised online, but they should be a little bit of fun. In any case, that's enough introduction. Let's get to Act 2. I'm terribly undergeared, and I'm going to do something about this. My first progress goal is going to be to go to east to the den. I'm going to pick up the magic quicksilver flask that's available there. After that, I'm going to come back and I'm going to work on getting some of the major skill gems that you get in this act. I do need to just get my hand around my controls again. I've been playing other characters more than this one. You'll notice that my damage output is terrible, and that Lapis Amulet I don't need. Most of my equipment is white because of the nature of what drops in the league, so I'm not yet feeling like I can take on the monoliths. And I'm still using Caustic Arrow even though my main skill is now... I've just changed my main skill to Rain of Arrows, but when I need extra damage, I've got the extra damage boost of Caustic Arrow as well. Because my gear is so bad, I'm really struggling a lot with the trash mobs. That's my first Orb of Augmentation all league. Normally something you wouldn't even bother picking up, but in this league, everything helps a lot. Especially given that I do have 10% move speed boots, but I didn't have anything there for them. Okay, I'm taking an absolute pounding here from these guys.
One rung closer to the top of the food chain.
And this hopefully is the den, which it is. Excellent. We have Einhar in here. That's actually going to be quite worrying because those beasts, everything they drop is scoured, so the rarity bonus that they get doesn't help me. The quantity bonus on them does, but the rarity bonus doesn't. And they're just massive hit points compared to a normal monster. I may just have to kite these. I do think though that this magical Quicksilver Flask is worth my while getting. Because monsters have Onslaught, it's a lot harder to kite than it normally would be. You don't have as much DPS uptime as you would normally have while kiting. I need to kill a Great White Beast. Whether or not I kill Einhar's little pet doesn't really bother me, although it looks like I will because he's got less hit points than the beast does. I didn't drop anything. I'll see how long I can face tank this guy for. I'm even using silly old Blink Arrow as a little bit of extra damage there. As crazy as that may seem. but the minion copy does actually make attacks. Okay, absolutely nothing of value has dropped. I will pick up the Iron Ring. They have potential to be turned into via the vendor recipe, they can be turned into a resist ring that I may need. Okay, so at this point, I'm going to push on to the next waypoint. Kill a few monsters as I'm running, not necessarily everything. That was a major leak in my Act 1 play. I was both killing too many monsters, but also not necessarily killing every big pack. This is what I want. I'm bleeding at the moment, which I can't actually remove. I still think this strongbox is probably worth doing. Large amount of flask. I don't believe that's an upgrade. Is it 110? 140? No, it's not. Oh well, we got absolutely nothing out of that, but we've got to keep trying. I got 2 movement skills at the moment. I don't want to keep both of them. I just happen to have them both, so I'll keep both. They have their own individual uses anyway. Once I've got 2 Quicksilvers going though, which I will have as soon as I kill this shrine. So my current plans, I'll first... Ooh, that's potentially something I can convert into a GCP later. I'm expecting that they'll be very, very much in short supply. They normally are when you're leveling a character. So I'm going to go pick up that Quicksilver.
Remember to live.
Of resistance, that is worth augmenting, even though it's a... Oh, perfect. That's actually... I'm really happy with that roll. Okay, now...
If we dream big,
you're the vendor, aren't you? Away, 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 away. And I'll just keep you in case I need you. You're so bad that I don't care about you. Okay. There are better ways to handle using your... there are better ways to handle processing the gem XP that I did just then, but I should have bound my movement to another button. That's something that someone pointed out for me very usefully on YouTube comments. In any case, Chamber of Sins.
Luxury and cruelty.
I will definitely blow up this Artisan Strongbox. Unfortunately, nothing of real value there. A couple of things I'll take, but... Alright, we've got a blue pack. We're always going to kill these. Not a major level. Though it is 16, that's what I need for Herald of Agony from memory. Although I'm going to be focusing on a hybrid of doing poison damage myself and using the Herald of Agony, that's basically what was discussed in my YouTube comment poll on what I should do. I don't know why I'm picking up that waypoint, but hey, it's too late now to not get it. Caustic Arrow leveling up is actually really good news for me. And ouch, that thing really hit hard. Yeah, that is the named. I can't ignore a lot of these things. the way that you would in normal play, because they have enough movement speed to catch up to you. And I don't know this layout well enough. I believe I'm in a... yeah, I am in a dead end. It'll be somewhere on the right. Alright, there's our exit. That's very nice. That's something I will definitely hold and cherish and love and use on the first bow that I find that is what I want, or that it has the links I want. Okay, notice here everything has multiple projectiles. This is really quite dangerous. I don't like leaving things alive that have the ability to inflict nasty statuses on me, even though I probably didn't need to kill them because of the layout. Essence I will definitely kill. I absolutely need a gear upgrade somewhere. Probably, I'll just pick a slot, probably a ring. What do we have here? Muttering of Hatred. Hatred, I think, is cold damage, which doesn't actually benefit me very much, but it still will have its own rare mods on it. So with essences, they roll like an alchemy orb, except that one of the mods is fixed by the essence. I really should be dodging that better. Okay, Muttering Essence of Hatred, that's what we wanted. Now, which is our higher item level iron, which is our highest item level ring that's worth putting it on? It'll be this one. Hatred is on a jewelry. Yeah, cold damage is useless, but still, it's good overall stats. I'm going to take that. Those essences don't hold value later in your progression because they have a hard cap on the highest level of mods they can roll. So you want to use them early. Okay, let's get this Trial of Ascendancy done. Ironically, whereas normally the traps are the danger in these, I think at the moment it's probably actually the monsters. Multiple projectiles, self-resurrecting, all that sort of nastiness. My blink arrow is really slow, but I do have dash and I need to use it more than I have been. Ouch. Ouch, 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 ouch. Very close to getting ganked there. I just don't have as much life as I should have in this area, especially given that I have basically no lightning resist, and I think that other attack is cold. As well as having, and when I say no lightning resist, I mean actually minus 40. Problem is that these monsters are getting raised by a necromancer that I can't reach. Oh, there it is. Couldn't see it. Was always reachable. Alright, the necromancer's down, that means that the rest is easy. Composite bow, that's an upgrade. So that's 6 to 25, 1.3. Yes, that's definitely an upgrade. Scrolls of Wisdom upgrade. The only things you can identify are basically unique items and things. I think. What else could you identify? Basically nothing else. But these can be upgraded into transmutations via vendor recipes that wouldn't normally be used. I think in this, they seem like they're more worth doing. I will remove them from my loot filter at some point, but for the moment, I'm going to stick to them. I should probably have used the Iron Ring recipe, actually, in hindsight. I should use the Iron Ring recipe to get a fire resist... to get a lightning resist item, and then I should have used my essence on that. However, you live, you learn. This map, this has been so much more fun, I must say, than playing the core game, just because it's so chaotic. So I highly recommend giving it a shot if you haven't tried it yet. There's about 50 spots left in the league, and then I'll start crowdfunding more. Now, this is where I need to go, I believe. Fiddleitis. Fiddleitis is going to be an absolute terror. I will just verify that I do indeed have no lightning resist. That's correct, I have -40. So Fiddleitis is not normally the most dangerous boss, but he does hit really, really, really hard with lightning damage. So I'm going to cheese him a bit. Coral Ring, I will use that. Alright, Fiddleitis, where are you, mate?
My mana is gone.
Notice that he has 5 projectiles instead of the usual 3. That multiple projectiles mod is no joke. Makes it much more difficult to physics dodge enemy attacks, especially combined with Onslaught. However, I still don't want to take a single hit from this guy if I can avoid it. I'm not sure I can survive a critical. I'm certain I can't survive a critical hit while shocked. Oh, survived that one. That wasn't a crit, but still, it hurt. Okay, he's down. That's an upgrade on my armor, and it's the same links. Shucktooth Arrow Quiver, that's definitely going to be an upgrade because I can craft it. I'm actually going to Elk the Quiver. Life, excellent. Life damage, yep, that's perfect. That's what I wanted to see. Alright, at this point, I'm not going to use another Ton Portal. Can't remember if I need to talk to her or not. Don't think I do, but that's something that you racers will know for sure. Alright, let's talk to all of the people here. Get the...
Go with courage.
I have story for you.
Now, at this point, I believe I can purchase...
Travel far.
Not what I want. Herald of Agony is what we wanted, but let's just make sure that there was nothing else of relevance. No, there wasn't. Alright, Herald of Agony, picking that up. I'm just going to use it as its own reservation at the moment. And then we will go and use that extra damage to take out Creighton. Creighton will be a pain in the ass. So Herald of Agony means that I've gone up to 60% chance to poison now, and I have the, you can see that I've got a reasonable amount of virulence control. I will want to get some more projectile spread on the Agony Crawler at some point. But for the moment, it helps me when I need to do massive amounts of damage, and I just don't have the when I don't have the damage output that I need. Basically replacing Caustic Arrow in that regard. I may keep Caustic Arrow for a sec, but it's going to fill the role Caustic Arrow was filling, and that's the wrong way. I'm going to start hitting Legion Monoliths soon, mainly because getting a couple extra Alchemy Orbs or similar would be really, really good. Doesn't need to be Elks, I can be Transmutes too. Transmutes would be good. Alright, I'm going to kill you, Creighton. Creighton's one of those bosses that she's very easy to underestimate. You're never sure whether you can tank her or not, and I often get caught out on the map version of it, thinking, oh yeah, it's just a simple mechanical fight, but it's one where you do actually have some stat requirements. Okay, that's a recurve bow. I'm going to pick that up. And what am I using at the moment? I'm using just a bow that's white, so I can't amp it up in any way at the moment, so let's just get back to town. In fact, exit character selection at this point. And we'll jump back in. Now I'm going to hit the Southern Forest. The reason for hitting the Southern Forest is that it's a couple of monster levels lower, and I feel I may well be able to take on the silly League mechanic there. We'll find out. I may end up just getting absolutely butchered. And that'll be funny for everyone that's watching this. It does mean that item drops won't be of any relevance to me, but I can live with that. Just looking for the monolith. Maybe this isn't the best place to find the monolith because it's a messy zone. Here it is. Okay, I'm actually going to do better if I aggro it whilst I've got a bunch of trash mobs around. Now let's look for things that are dropping an item. Gee, there's not very much. Alright, got a Kaori chest there, that has some potential. Coral ring, but I've got a higher item, level 1. I will pick up the chromatic item. Should have done that smoother. Now at this point, my own personal poison isn't doing very much damage. It is mostly the Herald of Agony killing things. That will improve as I push up and as I get my next critical support gem, which is added chaos support, which from memory I get after killing the Weaver. Alright, at this point I'm just going to vendor. And let me think what I can do with this quickly. Do I have anything to do with it? I can just flat use it. It's 29, it's a big upgrade in stats. I just don't have the transmutation to stick on it. Had a transmutation or an elk, I'd use it. I don't, so let's just press on. Working my way towards these elemental resist nodes at the moment. Then I'm going to take acrobatics, phase acrobatics. Not sure that's the right call, but it's what I'm going to do.
Exile, it is time to hunt.
I'm generally picking up chromatic items. I'm just going to skip them here. Not sure how many of them I'm going to need. That's one of those things I'm not familiar with. Just don't have the experience of racing that a lot of people do. So how precious those are. That, however, it's a scour. This league, scours are the last thing you ever care about. But anyways. Okay, this is what we wanted here. So, first step is going to be to go and chat to Oak, and while we're chatting to him, cut his throat. And then we'll come back and make a deal with Alira. We're doing Alira because we want the resist really badly. 40% penalty is hard to offset, but Alira helps us there. Bunched up enemies are great for both for Rain of Arrows, the modest damage that it does, and that's a transmute, that's excellent. That's not much, but it's something. Swapsies time. And that goes away. So, what do we have here? We're looking for that chest of currency. That's, I think, the key thing here, is currency. Don't think I can get any value out of the a lot of the other stuff, actually. Bunch of chromatics, which is useful. Chance orbs, I'm not sure how many I'm going to need to keep for buying maps. In any case, I didn't get anything. I didn't get any elks, which are the key thing I want. While I'm in this zone, I'm going to want to find the exit, because the exit has the waypoint. That'll take me back to the previous zone, which is where I want to go next. Again, unfamiliarity with the layout is punishing me here. This is the exit, so this is the goal. But now I've got to find Oak, who I missed. And here he is. I'm sure there are subtle clues. There's a lot of the zones have subtle clues that that experienced racers know, that really do give them a huge advantage over someone like me that's learning the ropes. Okay. Oak doesn't gain all that much out of the map mods. The resistances don't really make that much of a difference. The only thing that makes him nastier, his increased attack speed means that he leeches more life from you. So that's a factor. I've got a terrible belt, so I may end up equipping that rustic and just throwing the first thing I get on it.
Do some good for once in your sorry life, bandit. Feed the worms.
No, actually it doesn't help me. And that's a composite bow with double green. That's not the one we want. Anyways, exit character selection at this point. Jump back in. And I'm going to go as far as Alira, and then I'm going to call it. I'm definitely not fighting this red beast. Just because they're not worth the time. Even with the tremendous increase in damage I've picked up from blink arrows. So here we've got a skill point quest in this zone. We've got these damn suicide bombers that are really nasty. Mirage Archer should help with them, I think. So tap the waypoint. Now, there is a trick to knowing which side is Alira and which side is Spider Caves based upon where the waypoint is. I don't know it, so I'm just going to... I need to go both anyway, so... Not touching the monolith in here, reason being the bombers, they do a lot of fire damage. I have negative fire resistance, so I don't want to get caught by them. I will, however, let them explode on my blink arrow clone. Greater life flask, I definitely want that. This guy doesn't do very much damage because he's all physical, and that guy does because he's elemental damage. And we'll go into Act 1, we'll then go back to the town there. Why are my portal scrolls in the wrong spot? It's one of those things where they're not where I expect them to be. So.
While we live, we have left.
Alright, you get a skill book. And I can't remember if there's any other relevant
Farewell.
chests, there's rewards, there's not, so let's jump back to the Western Forest in Act 2. And this time we've got to get Alira and the other side quest in here, the other mandatory quest. So this looks like it's a Spider Caves. No, it's not. It's Alira. Okay. It's fine. It's probably the better one to do first because it means I'll have the resists. Not that it really matters in... ooh, does matter out here when I'm getting hit like that though. Alright, so that Apex is what I needed. Now, can I equip this? I can, can't I? Just need to swap things around. Now, Blink Arrow and Casting Arrow there. This is Herald of Agony. Herald of Agony. I believe the recurve bow is considerably better. That's 14, 18. Yeah, that's far better. And Flask. Alright, now at this point we've got to find the Spider Caves and get our hands on the thing that comes in there, added Chaos Gems. Having access to dash is really useful here. I think I'm going the wrong way at this point. I'm confident now that I am. Having access actually to 2 movement skills, one of which leaves a clone that they can blow themselves up on. Saves me from having to try and kill them with my terrible gear. There's a time and a place for getting XP off killing monsters, and this is not it. Alright, here's Weaver's Chambers. I will do the monolith in here. Now I'm just looking through for things that are on my way that might be of use to me. Alright, that's all I'm opening. Alright, so that's trash. There's nothing else behind me, so we've got this chest which has a unique in it. I've already wasted a... I think I'll end up using this and walking away from what I used an Elk on before. Frostbite, attack speed, cold resistance, physical is extra. I don't really have any use for those mods. Oh well, maybe a waste. Grand Life Flask is a fantastic pickup. And now we'll go and deal with the Weaver. if I wasn't committed to playing poison, to playing a poison-based character, even if at the moment I am a Herald of Agony character, then I would be more keen on using that strong unique that just dropped, or not particularly a strong one, but it does something useful. One thing that's immediately noticeable is how much better my situation is with life recovery, now that I have real flasks. Okay, at this point, let's head back to town, turn in that quest with Silk, and we pick up at this point, oh maybe this is viscous projectiles, or vicious projectiles.
How can I?
Farewell.
Okay, I may be wrong on it being added chaos now. What's happening there? Vicious projectiles, Herald of Agony. No, okay, I'm wrong on that front. In any case, vicious projectiles is what I wanted. Now, can I get damage on full life? Is the other thing to check.
Yes?
No, I can't.
Be well.
Okay, at this point I'm going to log out, mainly because I want to upload smaller videos than last time. That's going to be the end of this one. Next up is going to be the end of Act 2 and the start of Act 3. If you want to join up to this league, it's been a lot of fun. You can do so. There'll be a link below to the forum thread on the GGG website, which you can then click on and get into the league.